The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Hey now.
We talk to DJs about DJs' life and experiences. I go by the name of DJ Kamish. My lovely co-host BX is here.
Hey now.
The homie is back, Mr. 212.
Yes,
sir.
finally
DJ
back.
Knuckles is back with us.
Yes.
Yeah. My plane finally found the right landing and the right airstrip, and I'm here. I'm home. What's up, Mr. Fourth Quarter Boy, DJ Knuckles? Yes, sir.
Exactly. We want to give a big shout out to the Matrix Studios for always holding us down. Our engineers are here today. We want to say thank you for watching us on YouTube, on Twitch. Thank you for listening to us on Party 1019 FM.
Why not?
Why not? And, Commish Radio as well. So wherever you get your podcasts, you can always follow us, like us, subscribe to us, review us, give us 5 stars. If you give us 4 stars,
you're just hating.
You're just hating, right? But we do have a guest. We have a full room today.
Do.
And we do have a guest.
Yes.
Do we have a guest?
Yes.
We have a guest
That's
today.
call him a guest or superstar.
Listen.
Well, I mean,
one of Queen's finest.
Yeah, that works,
They
right?
call him one of Queen's finest.
He is the MVP.
Yes.
The real MVP.
Yes, DJ Manny MVP is in the building.
Gotta bring him in.
Listen, we got to ask you because we ask all of our DJs 2 questions, first and foremost. First question is, how did you get your name?
All right, so my first name is actually Emmanuel, which is a given.
Mm-hmm.
So Manny, which is short for Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
The MVP came from me wanting to be a producer that would dibble and dabble in different genres. So the M stands for most, and V stands for versatile, and P producer.
Wow,
Okay.
I like it.
Most
versatile producer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's nice. So you like a jack of all trades, a master of any?
Pretty much, yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I mean, nobody know how to do things but DJs. I'm gonna start bragging about it because the people that we've interviewed so far, and we got thousands more, so they can really hear the nitty gritty of what we got under our belt. But this is about you, your production. How well are you doing with that? Because I know sometimes we get stuck in doing our parties, and we're like, okay, I'm here. Let me do this. I'll dibble dabble here. But which one do you dibble dabble at? The production or the DJing?
Okay, so I pretty much started off with the production, but looking at other, I would say people that I look up to, DJ Khaled, even Skrillex, even David Guetta.
Wow, that's
the way,
huge.
the way they do it, it's like they were all DJs at one point. You know?
Absolutely, it's still DJing.
Yeah, it's still DJing. So for me, it's like being a DJ. It's an avenue that would allow me to push out my production. You get what I'm saying? So now, as a DJ, I can go to different places and pretty much, show them what I have. But as a producer, if I'm not known, it's like, how are they even going to hear my work? You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So as a DJ, I had a lot of people come up to me and ask, "Do I produce?" I said, I can produce. I feel like being a DJ is a better way to put your work out there.
How long were you producing before you started DJing?
All right, so production wise, I would say about 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
you look like you only 20 years old.
Come on, young.
I'm like 20 years. So how long have you been DJing?
I've been DJing for about 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you were doing it all together.
Right.
You were doing it all together.
Yeah, pretty much. So the production wise, I grew up with music, with the love of music.
Okay.
So by the time I even found out how to transport my ideas and to actually bring it to life.
Yeah.
My friend had introduced me to FL Studios, which is a workstation.
Not the rapper.
Yeah. So I always had ideas in my mind, but when I was introduced to workstations such as FL Studios, Cubase, that's when I was like, wow, you could actually bring this to life. You know what I'm saying? So as I started doing that, I had a lot of DJs in my family. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? So music that already exists, it's like, yo, let me experience that. And with
Okay.
experience music that exists,
Right.
I'm able to create and like, okay, what I created actually makes sense. You know what
So
I'm saying?
who got you started with DJing? Was it just you by yourself, or were you sitting around a bunch of DJs and saying, I want to do that, I want to learn that? Who inspired you?
All right, so this goes way back since I was like 3-4 years old.
I was gonna ask you, did you need a drum roll? Because we said, look, long.
So since I was like way back since I was like 3 years old, my mom, she had a cousin that was always like ready to DJ for the family events, you know, and we're a very festive family. So he would, you know, bring the equipment. Back then, you know, it was cassettes, vinyl, all that. So, you know, he would make cassettes. And then after the parties, he would like make cassettes and give to my parents. So
that was the house party music.
Right.
So this person will record the actual party of him DJing and then give the tapes to your mom.
So y'all had a
That's kind of dope.
That's fire.
Yeah, so
that's kind of dope.
That was like the original, you know, SoundCloud back then.
Right.
Yeah, so, and it's like from school to wherever we're going. Like even when we did like trips to Florida driving,
right?
They would play the, you know,
the tapes.
The tapes. Yeah. So Caribbean family, you know, Haitian. So what really brought my attention to music was Caribbean music, the melodies.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, something just grasped my attention to like melody.
Okay.
So, and I had 2 older sisters. When they started going to school, you know, they were introduced to WBLS, 98.7 Kiss FM, Hot 97. You know, so in their room they would play those, you know, those stations, and so I started hearing different type of music. So I'm like, hey, I like this too. You know
Yeah.
Right.
So, but then I didn't understand the difference between genres. I didn't understand the difference between pop, house music, R&B. It was just music.
Right.
The only difference was the language.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
So
fair.
with the Caribbean music, no different language and stuff, and then the English. So when I started going to school, I started, you know, I'm introduced to the English language. So I started making, you know, everything make sense. I'm like, all right, cool. This is R&B. Because my sisters, you know, they knew more, so they would tell me this is R&B, this is hip hop. So now I started understanding the difference between genres. So pretty much it was my mom's cousin that really put me on.
Gotcha.
Really put me on.
I got a question. You said you was 3, so that means he's of age. He was of age then. But is he still spinning? Because I got some guys that kind of inspired me that was in the neighborhood. They didn't want to be famous. They just had access to equipment, like probably a family member. He's still spinning?
He's not spinning. Okay. The thing is, he wasn't really like a professional DJ. He just had equipment. He loved music too.
Right.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
Like how everyone's uncle and everyone's dad had like a stereo system.
Yeah.
So he had that.
Okay.
My father had a stereo system as well. So when it's a big party, he would connect the 4 speakers together.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
Sign them on top of each other.
Y'all was making things happen.
Your family was lit though.
Yeah. Cassette decks, no mixer, just a receiver. So you press DVD or CD to you know, to switch.
And that's promotion. That's early promotion, because if he giving out the live tapes, he's like, yo, this was at your house. I'm coming next week.
Right.
So everybody wanted to come to your family's house. Pretty much.
Yeah, right.
So when you were of age and started partying and whatnot, what were your parties looking like?
Well, my parties, they were lit too, you know. But there was a point of time where I didn't have the guidance, so I kind of like.
What do you mean by guidance?
When I say guidance, like a lot of people, they were in a group. They knew a group of people that already understood the whole music business.
Okay.
Like they had other people that would, you know, tell them, you know, do this, do that.
Oh, to lead them, the guidance.
Okay. Leadership.
All right.
So with me, I was trying to weigh either if it's production or DJ. Again, remember, music was something I always liked, creating music. So there was a point in time I was like, my foot was more into the production. So now with the production, I was trying to find out how to even get started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
How did you get started in production?
Right, so there was a point in time I moved to Haiti, right? So I was there for like 2 years for school. And this is another DJ that actually really inspired me. He goes by the name of Power Mix.
Okay.
So he was also an NYPD officer and a DJ. But he was also a sound engineer for a lot of Caribbean bands.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I remember I went to a wedding with my dad, and there was this one song. It was one of my favorite songs. But with Haitian music, what it is once they have an album, they also have like a live recording of each song. So like when they actually perform, they record that live.
Right.
And they distribute that.
Yep.
So I heard a live performance on one of my favorite songs. I was like, I never heard this before. And then the DJ kept dropping his drop, DJ Power Mix. So I was like, all right, this DJ, I started following him, right? So when I came back to the States, one of my older sisters, she had picked me up, and she was playing like a mixtape on a CD. And then I heard Power Mix. I was like, oh, snap.
He's here.
She was like, yeah, Power Mix. You don't know Power Mix? And she said his first name. I'm like, oh, you know him like that? She's like, yeah, he's pretty much family. So from there, I realized, I know my family knows a lot of people that's in music, doing big things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once I heard that, I was like, if this is in my family, if we are, we know a lot of people that's musically inclined. And since young, I always had these ideas of creating music. And I actually thought something was wrong with me. Because like I would create music, like a 5-minute song, and then I would run it back right before I go to sleep. Then I'd run it back again, word from word, instrument from instrument. So I thought something was wrong with me. So I started asking around. I started asking my peers. I'm like, do you think about music and then run it back? And they're like, I have no clue what you're talking about. So my thing is, when I start asking other people that are musically inclined, they're like, do you love music? Do you have a passion for music? I'm like, yeah, I do. They're like, keep it up. Whatever that's in your mind, just find somebody to guide you and just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. I'm like,
that's what's up.
So keep pushing, and so that's what I did,
Yeah. So before you do anything, I met him at the Allison Hines
the concert. Yeah.
concert.
Oh, you was at that concert
In Jersey, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He seen me on stage with Allison Hines.
Right. Get it in.
You gonna keep bringing this up.
Manny, let me say something to you about this. I don't know. You can go if you want, but I want to say I don't know how she winds up out her seat onto the stage. It
was outside. We were standing. She told me to come up on the stage.
So you saw this woman embarrass herself.
I wasn't embarrassed.
On the stage.
I did pretty good.
I wouldn't say embarrassed because there was a bunch of people before her. Some of them embarrassed themselves.
I didn't embarrass myself.
I ain't gonna lie, but no.
I did what I had to do, and I wasn't stiff. I was all right. I was fine wine. It was the fine wine song.
Oh boy,
it was
fine wine.
They had Jamaica up there.
Yeah, see.
Then they had BX. And she was like, all right.
See.
Did what she had to do.
Hey now,
Allison, look at this camera right here. If you see this woman again, Allison.
Yes. Pull me back.
Don't put her on stage no more, please.
Pull me back on the stage. That was fun.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just let her pick the person behind her.
Oh gosh.
Just pick the person behind her.
Always on stage.
Listen, it just happens.
Festive person.
Always on stage.
Thank you. When is your party? So I can come and be in the center of the dance floor at your next party.
I'm gonna keep y'all posted. We're working on a couple of things.
See?
Yeah, but once again, shout out to Allison Hines. Shout out to Hard Hitting Harry. He was the DJ.
Yes. Harry was just here. He was here last week.
Yeah. He was here last week.
Shout out to Harry. Shout out to the team Haitian All Stars.
Are you part of the Haitian All Stars team?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Hey, I didn't even know we had family.
I didn't know that.
Here.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You guys always shout you out on YouTube.
Listen.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask you about today's hot topics. I need your opinion on some things. So
let's go.
All right. We'll be right back.
All right.
The new party 1019. The new party 1019. The new party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks. The Big Apple is cranking real throwbacks.
New York City.
The new party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Have you ever had a dream, passion, a vision of greatness? We are DSN, the Matrix Studios Network, located in the Bronx, New York. The longest running online independent broadcasting network. We specialize in internet radio, podcasting, live video streaming, red carpet, backstage interviews, and much more. We are also a full-service recording production studio with in-house producers and composers. with talented engineers. Book your next recording session or start your new broadcasting career.
Outside the booth, we're back.
Yeah.
DJ Kamish, BX, Knuckles is here, and DJ Manny MVP
The
is
most
here.
versatile producer.
Yeah, most versatile
I like
producer.
that. I like that. So I like to ask our DJ guests that come up here about hot topics that's going on. And everyone knows right now Diddy's a hot topic to talk about. Everybody has an opinion. But what do you think about it being another 120 new cases coming forward? How do you feel about all of this stuff going on with Diddy, and how does it affect the music? How will it affect what you play at your parties now moving forward? Are you canceling bad boy music?
All right, so for me, I always say this. I said the same thing for R. Kelly. I believe people should separate the person, the individual, and the actual artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we don't know R. Kelly, we don't know Diddy, we know their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even if we're using what we know or what we hear, to decide what it is that we, how we feel about the person, you still got to understand R. Kelly is a writer, Diddy's a producer. So if we're gonna cancel R. Kelly, which some people did, there's a lot of other artists in R&B that means you got to cancel too, because it's R. Kelly's pen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's Diddy's
production.
You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as what I would play in the clubs, I'm sorry, I still got to play Benjamins, but I know. There's a version where Jadakiss's voice is with the AI.
Yeah.
So I could play that.
Cypher Sounds did that. Shout out to him.
I did not hear that yet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were hearing it anyways. Puff just vocalized it. That was actually Jada's pen.
Yeah, that was actually.
I want to hear Jada's voice on that.
And you can hear Jada on that too.
Yeah.
You know, it's Diddy. You can hear it's Jada's pen.
Yeah.
It's just visualized.
So I'm still gonna play some of the music. I'm not just gonna play it to an extreme. But I definitely think people should try to separate the two.
But why 120 people? Where are they getting these numbers from for it to be so dead even?
Well, you gotta go back. It's over 15, 20 years of homework that these people are doing, and over 20 years that they've been partying with Puff. We've been partying. Like you said, we don't really know.
I haven't partied with Puff.
Well, never mind.
You
listen. This is about Manny. This ain't about Knuckles.
But wait, Manny. So get to know
across
us.
the street.
Get to know us a little bit. So I've just learned that you have been to a Diddy Bop party.
So Manny, how you been? Yeah, that's for another day. But I left at 6:00.
PM or
AM? I'll leave it.
6 p.m. or AM?
I don't know where you going. You know, outside.
I just want to know.
Let's go outside of Knuckles.
Before it started or after?
Right. I want to know what party you was at.
You, man.
I'm not sitting at the back.
No, I listen.
Tell the truth about the party. Was it that bad? Was it crazy?
No,
like
it was never bad. It was never bad.
And I'm just saying, was it crazy?
And to be honest, until the feds came involved with this, nothing was bad. It was all fun. This is what them people call fun.
Okay.
So you might call fun being home, doing production. I'm blowing up your phone. Yo, Manny, I'm in Roseland tearing this joint down. I need you to come through. Nah, dog, I'm working on this joint. That's your fun. Yeah. My fun is being inside of a club with 1 million people. Commish like 80,000 people. He like doing concerts. Mm-hmm. She likes being on stage. We figured that out.
We figured that out early.
Everybody got their own love and addictions. Because after a while, it becomes an addiction. It's something that you're used to doing and you formulate your life around, you know what I'm saying? So you can make a way to do it, or that's your life. And these people, this is what they did for fun. Because remember, the people that they're talking about that's on the tapes, that's been affiliated with Puff, with business, they helped us out. You know what I mean? They ran labels. They were CEOs of this, that, and that. We got on their clothes. Yeah, when I was there, I saw the Nike CEOs and all the associates in there. He made big friends and big donations to help us. So that's where some people going to get caught up like, dag, he did this, but he also did this. Like he raised a generation.
Was that stuff going on at the parties in the Hamptons, or was it just partying?
I don't remember the Hamptons crap. And Hamptons was really the all-white parties and the bringing people together to formulate what he was doing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So if it was happening, it was more intimate with him. Mm-hmm. But L.A., that's when it became commercial. You know, I remember the name change part, and then it became more commercial. I ain't go to L.A. My plane flew over L.A. and went to Australia. I went to I landed in Sydney.
That's what you was doing.
My layover was an hour.
Right.
I ran to the other gate. I didn't see it, but more power to him. You know what I'm saying? You know, what happens because, you know, the things he's being accused of, most of us got children. I wouldn't have had that neither, you know. And that same thing with R. Kelly. If I had a daughter that was singing, that would have been a different situation. I'm not leaving my kid with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, but people think different,
Definitely,
you know? I have a question for y'all, all three of you, but you, since you're our special guest. Is the DJ groupie a real thing? Do you have DJ groupies? Or have you in the past had women that were like coming to every party and pretty much just, they have to be near you, have to hear your music, and it was just like a thing for, it's like going to an Usher concert.
Right.
Like I am connected.
Thank you
Usher.
for bringing it up. I was going to mention that.
So you're saying that you're an Usher groupie?
I'm an Usher fan, but me and Usher had a moment. So
why you got to remix the word when it comes to you?
It's because me and Usher had a moment. Okay, I was pulled up on the stage with Usher.
Again.
We had a moment. It wasn't. Oh.
So are you a stage groupie?
No, it just happens. I get chosen. It's like Jesus shines the lights upon me.
Is it the light or your hands? No.
But is the DJ groupie? Is that a real thing for you? Have you had to go through that?
I haven't gone through that, but I know it is something that exists.
So what's the
no. How not? You're part of a movement, and y'all guys do some big things. How not?
I got groupies from a distance, but not.
Okay, so wait a minute. He's playing it. Okay, so back in the days, because you speaking married. Like, are you married?
I'm not married right now. No.
Are you in a relationship?
I am.
Oh yeah.
So high respect.
I respect it.
High respects. Yes.
Yeah. So
don't ask
you
me.
Guys had groupies.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Anytime you're out in the public, I've been out for 25 years. Like,
what's the craziest thing that you've witnessed as a DJ? Not to you, but in your presence. You don't want to tell.
Let me go first.
No, you're the guest.
Oh, wow.
You're the special guest. So what is the craziest thing you have ever experienced as a DJ? Like on the job, what have you experienced?
It can be anything.
Crazy?
It don't have to be.
It doesn't have to be groupie like. It's just the craziest thing you've experienced.
All right. So the craziest thing I've experienced is very basic. Somebody requested music,
okay,
right? And they go to the bathroom when you play it.
Yeah.
Then they come back. And it's like, I'm about to leave. You ain't play my song. I was like, I did. Stepped out. You know, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to play it again. Okay. Like, all right. And they go out again for a phone call.
Shut up.
And they come back and they was like, yo, I'm going to tell the promoter.
This is a friend of yours or this is a party goer?
Somebody, a party goer.
You said they said they was going to tell the promoter.
The promoter, you suck. Because I requested a song and you didn't play it.
What was this song?
But you played this twice.
I played it twice.
What was this song?
Was this a girl or a guy?
It was a girl.
It's always a girl.
What was this song?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
She went to the bathroom.
So wait. Wait.
Happened to me.
The nerve.
That's happened to me.
It has.
So what did you do?
Yeah.
So the second time when she said that, it kind of messed up my flow. But I had to tell him, look, you're not the one paying me.
Right.
So get off my face. And she was tight.
So but this is all happening while you're working, doing the DJing.
Yeah, and she was still there when the party ended 2 hours later.
Stop it.
So I was like, I thought you was
waiting for
leaving.
her song.
I thought you was leaving.
She was waiting for her song.
Yeah, that's
You didn't play her song. And this is Mr. No Request.
Play it
twice.
He played it twice.
He played it twice.
You played it twice.
She went to the bathroom the first time, came back, asked.
The nerve of her.
Yeah.
And the second time, actually, when I played it, she was there. She just walked out. She didn't realize that I played it. So I'm like, why do you request a song that you don't really care for?
She doesn't know the song was on.
You know what? I'm sorry. First and foremost, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Like
that is crazy.
No, because you said it's a small thing. It's a pain in the neck.
No, it is.
She's sitting there with her hand on her hip probably, and she's grilling you and throws you off. Like
no, she probably gave like real heat, like real heat. You know what I mean?
Like she paid him.
Yeah.
Yo, I gave you that $5. With my record.
With my record.
I think DJs start doing that. Start charging
for requests.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't. You might as well be a walking human jukebox.
I mean, I know a few DJs who do.
That pay for requests. They
charge. Yeah.
And they get it.
Yeah. It's a West Coast thing. I haven't seen it on the East Coast.
Okay.
But I've seen it out West. Yes. Yeah.
So you should start charging.
I wouldn't do it just to get money. I don't really care about the money. Right. It's just that
the principle
it becomes a distraction. Feel me? Like it's okay to request something, but stay there to enjoy what you requested. If you walk out, then you come at me as if, oh, I don't listen. It's like I shouldn't be listening to you at all. Like
I got that a couple of times.
I know you wanted to go off.
You played this joint twice. That's the problem with me right there. That's a problem.
Twice.
You played the joint twice, and she still didn't hear it.
As DJs, you know, like when we're playing, like we transition and stuff. It's an art, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're telling me to play this song is one genre. I don't play one genre. I play multiple genres.
Right.
So if you're asking me to play a dancehall song, right, which dancehall, soca, very easy to transition.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me to play a song, I play it, you're not there. Then I transition to soca. Then I transition to dembo or whatever, right? Then I transition to something else, and you come back and ask me to record. You request that song that I played for you from before. It becomes a headache because now I'm not gonna just play one song from a genre, then skip back to another.
Right.
It's like a story. You gotta build up.
Yeah,
what you're playing, you know.
Exactly.
And I'm going based off the crowd. If the crowd is feeling where I'm at now, I'm not gonna go back.
Right.
Because they can feel it. They'll feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she didn't feel it when I played it the first time.
And they was probably pissed off that you played the song twice.
I did it
a
away.
This DJ, he playing the same song twice.
I did it a way where it made sense.
Oh, okay.
I did it a way where it made sense. But it was pointless because she was even there.
I can't do it. I don't cater to one person. Sometimes if the party is really crazy, I'll look for the problem section. It's always a problem section.
Yeah.
It's always a problem section. You can see it in the party. Somebody's there.
Yeah.
Stiff face.
Just stiff face. And you go, you give it a fun face like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's always a her.
Yeah.
It's
always a her. It's not the guys, because the guys will figure something else to do in the party if that's not their song.
They'll go get a drink.
They go get a drink, or they go mess with some girl they know don't want them. Stuff like that. You see him in the party and the girl doing this to them, but it's on the record he don't like, because when it's his record, he ain't talking up. He on the floor.
Right.
I also notice sometimes the ones that do look like that, like the hands on their hips and stuff, at the end, it's not that they weren't having a good time. They were really paying attention. Because I had a few that was standing like that throughout the whole party, and they come
just
to me
watch.
at the end. Like, "Oh, you got a card?"
Wow.
A card? I would have thought you were the one that would think that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
right.
No, I like
you stinking up the joint.
I like what you was doing. I like how you play different.
Oh, okay.
That's dope. That's dope.
Well, I gotta say it like that. Let me get a card.
Why are you so angry?
But you know how professional that makes you, because that means you're really being aware of what's going on in the party.
Mm-hmm.
And that people really don't understand. We concentrating on this turntable, this big part of the mixer, this, and then we visioning, and then we lock it to load. You know what I mean? So they don't understand how many things are going on in what the transition of the records. What 2 seconds?
Yeah.
3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That makes you professional like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a veteran now, bro.
Well, over 20 years, I would think so.
Yes, sir.
So what is your most proud accomplishment that you've had during your entire career doing music, whether it's production or DJing?
All right. So my most proud moment would be on a float on Labor Day parade.
Recently,
that was that last month.
Okay.
I've been on the float last year too, 3 years. Again, shout out to Hard Hitting Harry and Haitian All Stars. But it's something different when you're on the float and you're looking in front of the truck.
Yeah.
Like you can't even count how many people.
Yeah.
And you look at the back of the float
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing. I mean, if you're doing a concert, like if you're at like Madison Square Garden or even like bigger arenas, you know, it's almost the same view.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on a float, it's just the unity. You know, you see all these colors, different flags, and everybody is moving to one beat. Because we are one family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That.
Hold that thought. We gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back, but I do want to get back to that.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah. We'll be right back outside the booth.
Outside.
Check it. Streaming online at party1019.com. This is New York's #1 for throwbacks.
My name is Anna Montes. I'm traveling with Dr. Robert Neville and a boy named Ethan. There are other survivors. You are not alone.
One way or another, our world is coming to an end. The question is, will we end with it?
Nothing happened the way it was supposed to happen. The people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off. How can I? Ground zero. This is my site. I'm not going to let this happen.
Tonight I have signed an executive order initiating a military quarantine of New York City. God be with us.
An infected male exposed himself to sunlight. Social de-evolution appears complete.
We're back here. And listen, by the way, BX is the worst, by the way. But I do want to get back to what you was talking about. You was talking about your first time. Was that your first time this year?
That was my third time.
That was your third time being on the float. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't or is not familiar with what he's talking about as far as being on the float and being on the truck, it is carnival season.
Yes.
He's talking about New York Carnival, which a lot of us don't really, in New York, we kind of take it for granted, but it is the largest carnival in the world, right? So it's I mean, of course, Trinidad Carnival is Trinidad, but you're talking about 1 million people on one street in Brooklyn
on one strip
every September, Labor Day, right?
Partying hard.
So he was on the float looking at endless amount of people, like where like you said, you know, if you're at the Garden or you're at someplace else like an arena, you know where it ends, right? You don't, when you're on the float, you cannot see the end.
You see helicopters, you see like drones. It's like,
right.
Brooklyn.
Different.
Were you
It's
rocking?
different.
Were you rocking on it? Oh, so that's crazy. You watching all these different Caribbean.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
And the thing is, you know, they came up with this on Serato, the stems.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know, but as a producer, you know, I've already been doing that. You know,
right.
Mixing things from before stems even became a thing. But it's one thing because that Fat Man Scoop had just recently passed before September. I forgot what date, Labor Day.
In August.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is, you know, there was this Gabo Die, that's a Haitian genre. I took the beat and I put the Fat Man Scoop.
Crazy.
I played it. It was like people heard Fat Man Scoop.
Right.
In the beginning, the Timberland, they heard that. Yeah. But then when I dropped the Gabo Die beat, people was like, what the hell?
Wow.
It was just
crazy.
And it felt the bass coming from the
sound. Yeah.
It was a good feeling. You know? It's like, yo. And then you start, it's like you are a fan of yourself. You know, you're rocking with what you're doing. And like, yo, you're in the moment, you know?
Right.
And it's an incredible feeling.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's amazing.
Production wise.
Yeah.
When was the first time you got into a studio and was like, all right, I can do this?
All right. So the first time I got into the studio, it wasn't really a professional studio. It was my boy at the time in his basement. Once he introduced the music production software to me, the first thing I did was I redid Aaliyah's 1 in a Million. So I did it in like 5 minutes. I was like, yo, this right here is exactly what I need because it has all the tools that you need. Whatever it is that you're thinking, you can just put it down and it comes
What program
to life.
was that?
It was FL Studios.
Okay.
Yeah. At the time, it was Fruity Loops.
I'm
glad they changed the name because it was. Every time I say Fruity Loops, they're like cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that, and at the time there was an artist by the name Friday. He pulled up, and he was like, "Yo, play that again." So I made a second beat. He was like, "Yo, play that again." A lot of strings. I'm a fan of classic music and strings and and violins and stuff. So it's like, "Yo, play that." So I played it. He was like, "Yo, I need this." So Friday got on it. He got in the booth. He spat on it, and that was
Friday. That's out right now.
No,
different Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he spat on that. I don't know what he did with the track. I wish he actually did something with it because it was fire. It was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that was the first time I actually did something and had somebody actually spit on it.
Right.
And actually created something. You know?
So are you working with artists right now, like other artists, and still giving beats, or are you strictly DJing right now?
Right now,
what's your main focus?
Right now, my main focus is DJing.
Okay.
But I also have some projects coming out. I have something with Kaya Baby from Queens.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kaya Baby. Shout out to Footy too.
Yeah. Kaya Baby. I have some tracks with Ace General. He's also from Queens, Fort Rockaway. He's doing a lot of things. He's also on I think Money and Violence. It's a show that's on Tubi.
Yeah, I know about Money and Violence.
Mm-hmm.
So Ace General, a couple of other artists. But what I'm trying to do right now, I'm really trying to merge the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's very few Caribbean artists that worked with, like different artists like Wyclef has done something with Buju before, different things like that. But what I want to do, I want to like create a different genre where it's like a mix of different cultures, and then have artists from different cultures feature on the same track.
So it's
kind of like David Guetta on steroids.
Right.
Okay.
So you want to do it musically, opposed to just like you said, Wyclef and Buju clash together.
Yeah.
Just musically, you want to do that and bring the artists to that.
Right.
That'll create a new genre.
Yeah.
That will.
Because as a DJ, I can bring that out better than just a producer. I'm just producing music.
Yeah.
Depending on other DJs to play it and spin it.
Right.
As the DJ, it's like, here's what I created, and I'm also bringing it to you.
Right.
So I feel like that's the best avenue to,
Well, as a producer, let me ask you, because I know you've been thrown this, so you see it coming. What do you feel about the AI situation? A lot of producers I know are somewhat worried. I talked to like two top producers. One said he was a little worried how it's coming into the system. The other one said he's going to take advantage of it. What do you know about it, and how are you going to utilize that?
Well, I believe if you're worried, it's going to handicap you from being able to use it as an advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're not going to see the bigger picture of it. Because people said the same thing with digital.
Yeah.
They said the same thing with digital. Now, look, everything's digital, and that's how it's easier. It's actually better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as the sound, of course, vinyl will always
Right. Yeah, I'm tired of the fried chicken samples.
Oh, man.
Fried chicken.
But with the AI, it's like...
Have you started using it?
Yeah.
You haven't?
No. It's different, but like I said, if you allow the change and you see the good out of it, then you'll be able to, change what you think is a negative into a positive.
Well, are you going to utilize it because it's going to fall in your lap?
It's going to fall in my lap. I won't say that I'm going to utilize it in advance. If I see where it needs to be used, then that's when it's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't want to put my mind in a place where it's like, okay,
you don't want to lose your own creativity.
Right. Yeah, if it's part of the creativity, then
okay,
it'll be what it is.
So who is on your bucket list to work with? Whether it's DJs or artists, like who? Give me 5 people that you would love to collab with.
Okay, 5 people. I'd say Benny Man.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah. Benny Man.
Huge.
Yeah, that's 1.
2,
I'd say Machel Montana.
Of course.
Did he just get out?
No.
Oh, which one is that just got out of jail?
Vibes.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm
Vibes.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Marshawn was the one that was at the Apollo.
Yeah.
My bad.
Shout out to Hard Hitting Harry again.
Yeah.
Also,
the king of soul.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah. I'm learning a lot up here.
He ain't never seen a prison in his life.
I'm learning a lot up here.
Yeah.
I'm learning as I speak to you guys. I don't know everybody.
Who's your other 3 if you have 3?
Yeah.
Other 3. I would say the old Kanye, but that's gone.
I mean, he's gone.
The old Kanye was
the old
fire.
Kanye's gone.
Yeah, that's
The old
tough.
Kanye's fire.
Yeah.
The book bag Kanye.
Yeah.
Backpack.
Backpack.
So the substitute for the old Kanye, I'd say Ryan Leslie.
Ryan Leslie is a beast.
Yo.
Ryan Leslie is a beast. That's great. That's great.
Can I say something about that, man? One day I got in the zone at a brunch. I got in the zone. Like, you know, you ever been somewhere and you're playing and it's not about you impressing the crowd. It's just you being Pandora kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing it and I just was digging. You know, you got stuff in your crates. And I'm digging. I played Rescue Me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept bringing the beat back real smooth, no hard cut. And this girl walked to me and said, excuse me. And I thought she was bothered because she was eating and drinking. And she walked up to me and said, if you don't mind me asking, who the hell is that? That is dope. He got a smooth voice. And it matched how you playing. You smooth right now. So it's Ryan Leslie. And she was like,
she probably never heard of him.
She never heard of him. And I said, I'm going to play a couple joints. And his library is so smooth that I played like 4 joints in a row, all at the same BPM.
Yep. Sneaky.
Yep.
Sneaky.
You got Jada on one or two of them. And, you know,
Fabulous is on one with him.
Yo, that guy, that's a hell of a choice. That's a hell of a choice.
Did you ever see him in concert?
I have not.
He will...
You wasn't on that stage, right?
No, I wasn't on that stage.
Yeah, because if you tell me one other story about you being on the stage,
I was getting up, miss.
I'm leaving.
I was not on stage, but his creativity is so ill that he tells you, I'm going to make a beat right now. And he takes out the beat maker, Serato, whatever you guys call the machine, and he sets it up. And he has one side of the crowd do something, and then another side of the crowd do something, and he sit there, start making a beat. Then he make a song right there. Then his band starts joining in. The strings is playing, the drums is going
phenomenal,
crazy, and then he starts singing.
He's phenomenal.
He makes a whole song right there on the spot, and then say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna release this."
That's a hell of a choice.
And he's smart.
Yeah, he's
a
a musician. He's a
businessman.
Exactly.
He's
so a brilliant
smart.
musician.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
That's what you call a musician. There's beat makers and then there's musicians. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they make that mistake where they think a producer is a beat maker. No, 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? Producer could not touch any instrument and be a producer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Ryan Leslie's all of that.
Right.
Singer, writer, you know, and then I was just infatuated with his YouTube videos on how he makes the beat.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me he took a jar of pennies and changed and made that a maracas?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
which
he
is
does
crazy.
that at his concert.
And he orders a saxophone, and they bring the saxophone in 2 minutes. It was probably an hour, but they cut it.
Yeah.
All right.
And then in 5 minutes, he makes a beat with things, not even an instrument, with things.
Yeah.
And it's like
he's smart,
genius, you know.
No.
And who's your number 5? That was 4.
He's number 5 and 4.
I agree. That's 2 different people.
He's dope.
That's 2 different people.
He is super
But
dope.
I could think of a 5th one. I would say Busta Rhymes.
Oh, I like Busta.
Busta Rhymes. Okay.
What y'all think about the Busta Bus?
Oh yeah, he got a new joint out.
And it's a dance.
Yeah. Have you heard it?
I haven't.
Okay.
He has a new joint called Busta Bus. Do the Busta Bus Part 2.
Yeah, the Busta Bus first.
Yeah. The song is fire to me. Okay. The song is fire. I love it.
I love Bus.
Yeah.
I love Bus. He knows how to keep himself relevant.
Yep.
And I think that I think sometimes we look at him in detail as an artist, but we don't look at how he's doing this.
Yeah.
This man has been here since.
Sure.
What year was it? What year was Soft Story?
I was still in
1989, I think. 89, if I'm correct. 88 or 89.
Yeah. That's crazy. Nobody's looking at the masterpiece of how he's done this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I be trying to see, but you only see him when he's out promoting himself and he's spitting.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah.
He's dope.
His catalog is nuts, so that's another hell of a choice.
Yeah.
All right, hypothetically speaking, we got a hypothetical question.
But wait, before you go to hypothetical, we're gonna come back to that.
Oh, okay, we're
gonna hit you with DJ Knuckles hypothetical after this commercial break. This is Outside the Booth with DJ Manny MVP, your girl BX, DJ Commission, DJ Knuckles. We'll be right back.
Booth, baby.
The new Party 1019, New York's number 1 for throwbacks.
Have you ever had a dream, passion, a vision of greatness? We are DSN, the Matrix Studios Network, located in the Bronx, New York. The longest running online independent broadcasting network. We specialize in internet radio, podcasting, live video streaming, red carpet, backstage interviews, and much more. We are also a full-service recording production studio with in-house producers and composers, with talented engineers. Book your next recording session or start your new broadcasting career.
Kids have their station. Now you have yours. The new Party 1019, New York's #1 for throwbacks.
Yeah, and we are back.
Oh my God.
Outside the booth.
Lord have mercy, these
Your girl
commercials.
BX.
It's a mess.
DJ Knuckles.
100%.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome
100%.
back.
With
Outside
DJ
the
Manny MVP.
Yeah, it's time for the hypothetical
It's time
question.
for the hypothetical. DJ Knuckles,
Listen.
hypothetical.
Listen, the hypothetical question is just simple. You hear it, you answer it. That's all it is. It's basic. You're not a DJ at all. Who are you? What would you be doing if you wasn't DJing or producing? What would you be doing? What other addictions you have, or what other talents you have, or passion? You're not DJing. You're not producing.
I probably own a car shop.
You're into cars?
Cars or something, yeah.
Selling or repairing?
Selling.
Really?
Yeah. And then probably have a separate shop to repair what I sell.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
So you love cars?
I do. Yes.
Do you have an old car yourself? Do you have a classic?
It's not that classic. I'm into Hondas, you know. I like imports.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not really classic, but you know, it's something that I don't want to get rid of so easily. It's like when you're a car enthusiast, sometimes it's like you feel like you're not done with it yet.
Yeah,
right.
So much you got to do to it, and it's not reality, but you just don't want to get rid of it until it actually has to.
Until it dies.
Correct. And
that's how I feel about my Nissan.
You always try to revive it, but.
And I, you know what? I when we create the hypothetical question, I always felt like us as DJs, we grew up. If you're over 20 years in this game, you grew up with some kind of inspiration from people that was before you. And the ones that's right before us, they made a living out of this. They opened this door like a mother for us to understand that we can make a living for us. Because before, this was just a hobby. First, the hobby was just collecting the stuff to use.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? The needles, the records, the plates, the mats, and, you know, things you need to get. Then when we got that down pack and we started making it, and then the Kid Capri's and the Hollywoods and all them guys, you know, they even the stage show DJs that was with the artists that we saw in the 80s and 90s. Even if they wasn't sharp on the turntables, they were still the DJ for that artist and they was on that stage. Right. That's inspiration itself. Man, how can I get up there? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I asked the hypothetical because most of those DJs taught us how to make a living. And we wound up making this a living. So my thing is like, damn, what would Kid Capri be if he wasn't a DJ? You know what I'm saying? So that's like a beautiful hypothetical question, make you think. And some people don't think. They're like, yo, I paint for a living. I used to paint, you know, on the side. You know what I'm saying? I used to do my grandma's apartment, all my grandmother's friends' apartments. So maybe I'd have been a carpenter or something, you know? So that just shows the other side. You know, it's outside the booth. That's really relatively where we at.
You have a lot of talent.
I got a question for you. What was the first? Do you remember your first paid gig?
Wow,
Jesus!
First paid
where was that?
Was it a club or was it a school or something?
First paid gig. It was probably like a barbecue or something.
Okay.
And they tried to pay me $150.
You remember the number?
Did you hear the prefix? They
tried.
They
so
tried.
What did they end up paying you?
Well, I guess that doesn't count because they were like, yeah, we'll go with somebody else. So the actual one, they still try to pay me $150.
Wow.
So I told them, I'll make a playlist for you if that's the case. And they're like, no, we want you to DJ stuff. I was like, all right. For 3 hours, I'll do it for 2. That was years ago.
Yeah.
So I said 2. Now, I would have done it for $150 for like 2 hours, but I wanted to see if they would actually respect the price that I give.
Right.
If they're trying to book me for
dirt cheap
my talent, or they just want to book somebody for music to be played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I was like 200. Like, all right, well, the 200. They ended up giving me 3.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I did a good job.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, here's an extra. So if you had the money, you're like, did you just make that extra 100 in an hour?
Right.
So like, but then, you know, that's when I understood the importance of a booking fee.
Yeah.
The deposit and all that, just to ensure, you know.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. So, yeah.
Need that down payment.
So you found that out early.
Of course, yeah. Like, it didn't make sense to me. It's like 150. And it's like they're booking you like it's a job.
Right.
We need a DJ paying 150. It's like, that's not how it works, because you know what I'm saying? It's not how it works. It's not.
Right.
You're booking me. It's not me looking for a job with.
Right. You come to me. You came to me.
Right.
I hear you.
Yeah,
this is not Uber of DJs.
You know,
like, you can pick which car you want. You get. No,
and it doesn't matter what decade you started. Since the DJing thing became the artistry, it doesn't matter. Everybody went through it.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to say that on this mic to all the listeners, the DJs, the artists. Don't think that you're starting under a black moon. That is part of the game and the beginning of the longevity. If that's what you're going to do, you know, it's ups and downs in whatever you're going to do. Right. In this DJ game, you're going to have ups and downs. I had to do a party with one turntable.
What?
Because I lent it out and he didn't give it back to me when I needed it the next day.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
I had to beep.
That is hilarious.
Hear me out. I had to beep 10 DJs. And 4 of them came through, and I had wound up with 6 turntables.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
So they all came at the same time to a party that it was, and I like being early, and I swear to you, man, the guy that was paying me was looking at me like,
I'm not paying for one DJ.
You're going to do this party one turntable? And when he seen all 5 of them walk up, SNS was one of them. They came in with the turntable, and he was like, yo, you call me, you got 5 turntables? I was like, don't worry about it. I got you. I gave everybody $10. I gave everybody $10.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. But one last question before you leave. And I asked everybody that. So I hope you've seen it on our show. What advice would you give to a young Manny?
All right. So the advice I'd give to a young Manny is follow your dream. The girls will follow you. And follow your dream. The girls will follow you. Because us as young men, you know, we're attracted to girls and stuff like that, you know. And it's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? So I tell myself to, you know, follow my dreams, you know. Search for guidance. Look for people to create a circle where that circle is nothing but, you know, advice and, you know, nothing negative, you know, uplifting.
That's very interesting that you say that, because first of all, it's 100% true. But secondly, I've never thought of it that way. But it's 100% true.
Yeah. And it was simply said.
Yeah.
And then that's when the groupies come in.
Oh my God.
That's what happened. You just summoned the groupies. You just told your young self the young groupies are coming. You see?
Yeah, but he's right. It's very distracting because you can get caught up in it. It's many other things, but those things come to you. So once that light clicks on,
it's crazy.
It comes. That everything comes, and you don't really see it sometimes because you're the one in the light. I mean, you've been on the stage before, so you see.
That's some jerk. No, but that's great advice to your young self. I really appreciate that. But before you go, you have to let everybody know where they can follow you.
Yes, sir.
And what's coming up for Manny MVP? What do you have coming up?
All right, so y'all can follow me on Instagram at DJMVNNY_MVP. Also my business page at DJ Manny MVP Productions. TikTok at DJ Manny MVP. As I said before, I got a couple of projects I'm working on. Releasing something with Kaya Baby. In the works with Mr. Easy, not the Afrobeats artist, the reggae artist. Mr.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I got a couple of things coming up.
You heavy in the Caribbean. You heavy. Don't be so modest. Like wear your crown, King. Don't be so modest. But we appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Give it up one time for DJ Manny MVP.
That's wish you the best in anything you do.
Yes. Please keep us posted what's going on with you. I gotta show up and dance in the middle of one of your parties or something.
Make sure there's a stage.
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
We was almost
no.
We was
Y'all
out of here.
heard it here first.
No.
On Outside the Booth with your
Commissioner
girl
learn.
BX, DJ Knuckles,
You'll learn.
DJ Kalish. We are Outside the Booth, the only place your favorite DJs
Keep outside your stage.
step outside the booth to come sit down with us and share their experiences. Y'all stay tuned.
Oh,
Thanks for
God.
watching.
Jesus Christ.
Streaming online at party1019.com. This is New York's #1